Hey everyone, my name is Ken and this is another devlog about my roguelite game called Adventure of Tuck. It's been a while since I posted a video. That's because of course it's been holidays. I've been just relaxing a bit, doing nothing, taking a short break of game dev. And next to that I've also had a couple of deadlines for my internship, but I've tried to do some work of course on the game. But I'll show you what that is right after the intro. I've mainly been busy with world generation. The world generation I currently have, I mean it works, but it's really time consuming to make the tiles. So first of all, I have a tile generator script, I have a different scene. And in this script I've been using like Perlin noise. In the script of course you can see like the width of the tile, the height, the wall thickness, all different kind of variables. And for example, if I generate this, I currently have just seed 0 and it will always generate this tile, for example. And if I put in a different seed, then it's gonna generate different tiles. Of course the scale also matters. I found that this scale is quite good. And for example, if I have a tile that I like this one, I can save it and it will actually save the prefab. Or also another thing is, as we can see right here, this is a new tile set I've been working on for the next section of the game, which is the desert. It might still change, it's still... like for example, this is supposed to, like not supposed to happen, although it does now. Because I don't want that much greenery, for example, in the desert, just here and there little bits. So here for example we see the tile that I've just generated. I'll turn it on and I think this was the tile. So next up I would have to go through the process of cleaning up these tiles using these auto tiles that I've set up. And I would have to clean them up like this, and basically it's quite a tedious job to do this for a whole lot of tiles. Because right now I think I have a total of maybe 25 to 30 tiles for the forest section. And to do this for the upcoming levels, there's gonna be like around 10 levels maybe. To do this 300 times, I kinda don't feel like doing that of course, because it's really time consuming. And next up, a long time ago I've watched a video series from Sebastian Log about cellular automata, tomato, I have no clue how to pronounce it. And basically I can make these bigger tiles. This is what they call cave generation usually, that's what they use this for. And this is of course, this is a 120 by 120 tile. And like we can see, this is way too big. So next up, the thing I want to do is actually divide this in sections. So I've added a function to add in sections. And like we can see, it works. You can clearly now see that there's like 9 tiles in this whole section, and that is basically kind of what I want. I'll add some slight delay to see, so you can see what's going on. Basically see, I've just made these borders, which make sure that it's getting generated the way it does right now. You could even split it up into more sections, like this. But right now, like you can see, I have the middle part. It's completely, like a whole section is empty. Because I basically always want the middle tile to spawn and be big enough. Because the next step kinda is, maybe you can see it here already. I want to remove the smaller tiles. Because of course, these tiles, these little tiny pieces are not gonna be able to do anything for me. I can't spawn anything in there, there's just not enough space. So the next thing I can do now is actually divide these up in different sections. And we can see the sections here is basically I'm just checking around where's empty tile. and if it doesn't exist yet in a list that I've added them to, and then it just fills up this whole section and adds it to the section list. And here I have all different data, like what are the wall tiles, that one doesn't work yet, and like the section tiles, every vector to is saved in this list. Next up, I want to clear the smaller tile stand, so if it's below this 50, I want to clear that tile out. So next up, well, I can clear out the smaller tiles. I'll show an example here. I'll split it up into sections again, and now if I do the next step, look, it clears out those really tiny little bits and pieces. I've also added a little bit more right here, like you could maybe see, those sections got connected right now. So this is actually one full section, and you have the 9 sections right now. So the next step is actually connecting the sections in between, which is, I think, gonna be a tougher job than the one I just had, connecting these smaller ones. So I kinda slightly got it to work, but not fully yet. I'll demonstrate it right here. See, some of the sections get connected, but like you can see, this is a whole big part now. Here's a section and here's a section, and of course then these still need to be connected. I am quite far with this, but right now I'm actually kinda getting tired of working on this generation. I've been working on and off on it for about 3 weeks now. But the next step would of course be to connect every single tile that they're connected. Then of course it's a tile generation. And this is actually part of a bigger thing. So another thing I quickly want to show is these auto tiles. They are super handy. I highly recommend using them if you're working with tile maps. I will provide a link in the description of the video how you can set it up. It's basically you have your tiles right here and you set them up in which direction they can go, and once you place them they just automatically correct themselves, and it's super easy to set up. So eventually the plan with this is, for example, I have here the generated tile. This is like automatically generated, all of this, and next to this one it will generate a new one, and next to that one it will generate another one. Of course right here in this picture they're all the same, but when it's actually done they will all be different. Like this you will have more interesting levels as well. It's not just a 5x5 square. And it could be possible that not all 9 tiles in a section will be generated. Of course then they will be connected with each other. And each section will have different difficulty. So let's say you spawn in the first section. It's pretty easy, all of it, because it's like, for example, the first level. Just basically an introduction to the monsters, how they behave. And once you get to the next section, the monsters will be more difficult, and it could be that there are more monsters, maybe different monsters. Also for each section I will put like a different kind of biome in a tile. So it could be like here in the first section, and then there's a tile where there's, for example, an NPC. Once you get to the next section, there might be like different, like a biome with different enemies, like we saw earlier, like the big slimes. And the last section is, well, the boss room then. So this is basically, in the end, what I'm gonna go for. But for now I'll take a break after map generation, since I'm kinda getting tired of it. And for the next video I will be working on the book that Tuck is writing that basically contains all the information that the game will give you. Thanks so much for watching. I'd really appreciate it if you would like the video and would subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. Thanks once again, and hopefully see you later.